I'm not an avid Salt Patroller. I'm not one to really speak out about my personal thoughts about the incidents, but I have known Salt Patrol since the beginning of November of 2017. That's when I was pretty active there, back in late November before I started lurking. Now these days I just kind of check up and see what's going on with them. After hearing about the individual named Den Shikami and his video in response to the Salt Patrol concept as a whole, I knew I just had to watch it and see what sort of arguments one could possibly bring up. So I sat down, opened up a survival mission in Warframe, and began listening to it. Never would I thought I'd see a video of such length be flawed in many different ways. To talk about everything wrong with Densha's video as a whole would take longer than I wanted it to be, and I'm pretty sure some people have already done that job. So I want to talk about why most of these devised plans to take down Salt Patrol will certainly fail in the end. And to match the production quality of Den Shikami's video, I'm going to put random gameplay in this video, which surprisingly is the same footage of the survival mission I was playing while I listened to the video. When I was listening to the 32-minute rant, I got two specific vibes that were coming from the video. Number one, whatever Salt Patrol has done to harass Telltale was illegal and they should pay for their crimes. And number two, Joe seems to be the mastermind or leader as a whole of the entire Salt Patrol, given how many times he was brought up in the video. Now there's two major flaws in both of these arguments that I seem to hear in this video. Regarding whether or not the doxing of Telltale was illegal, I initially believed that actions would be illegal. Hell, I was even one of the first people to indirectly confront some of those involved by talking with someone else about what they were doing, which that person confronted them. Namely, Joe and Demonic were the two I had talked about the doxing the day it occurred, which it ended with a feeling of suspicion as a whole between both parties. It wasn't until a month later where a few of us had a conversation about this, which I got to actually learn about the ins and outs of how laws regarding revealing personal information about others online really isn't much of a crime. Now don't get me wrong, it was a pretty scummy thing to do, but there's nothing really innately wrong in revealing someone's personal info online unless it was for malicious intent. There really was no malicious intent in what they did with doxing Telltale. It was just kind of to just scare the kid, kind of teach him like how out in the internet it's kind of like the wild wild west. And that seems to be the problem with Den Shikami. He doesn't seem to be willing to learn some things from the opposite party to try and know more about why they make these sorts of decisions. You don't have to like whoever you're talking with, but it's far better than assuming the doxing of Telltale was for malicious intent. Now about Joe being seen as the ringleader of this operation, or the mastermind behind this all, it's not really the case. I keep seeing this whole vigilante scenario with people going against Salt Patrol and how they'll be the hero to beat Joe and take down Salt Patrol as a whole. Where they're the one against this troop master in the circus or parade that follows their master. Salt Patrol is, in my eyes, a group of friends that enjoy poking fun at the content of others and see what wild reactions would ensue. There's no real leader in the group. I kind of see it as a collaborative effort by anyone to help each other. The only reason why there's big names like Joe is because they're the ones that usually speak out more for the entire group, in which they're usually the ones to get the most recognition. I might be wrong and there actually is just one leader, but that's how I see the group. Even if one was to beat Salt Patrol, when they think they're the one to come up top, Salt Patrol will just come back again and move on. Why? Because one defeat isn't going to make them split. It's better to stop trying to fight back and just accept the fact that you'll never come on top over them and learn what you did wrong. And in this scenario, no matter what evidence Densha finds and tries to counter Salt Patrol with, he's going to lose in the end, which is very apparent from everyone else who tried to take on Salt Patrol. But who am I to talk? I'm just some guy who posts the same image every day until my very death.